Hello, everyone, and welcome to Limitless Gaming Esports coverage of Limitless Formula Racing, the Tuesday Limitless 2 edition. I am one half of the commentary team. I am Kem. I am glad that you can join us for this broadcast as the race will be taking place around the Singapore Marina Bay Street circuit. If you have not subscribed to this channel as yet, please do, as it would help us out quite a bit. And if you did not check out the race that took place yesterday around the Circuit of the Americas in Texas, make sure that you check that stream out as well for the Monday Limitless 1 race that took place yesterday. So as we head into the lobby at this time, I would like to introduce the other half of the commentary team for the Tuesday Limitless 2 races. That would be Big Weir. How are you doing today, sir?
Hello, I'm good. I'm still tired and I need something to wake me up, so let's hope this is a bit exciting. But I'm good. Me and using a bit of a bad run on Monday, aren't we? We're not having a great time at the minute. You had some bad luck on lap 1 yesterday, seeing I was right behind you.
Yep, and it's because I had an issue with my wheels, so I was like 2 seconds down per lap, like every single lap, so hopefully get a fix for...
Is that the second technical retirement of the season?
Yeah.
What are they doing down there at Williams? You've got to get that stuff sorted, man. You can't this is crucial points you're on there.
I'm hopeful that I could get a fix going into these last 2 races.
But yeah, so we got our lovely Singapore today, Kev. Lovely Singapore. We were all a little bit nervous that it might rain, but at least it's dry for qualifying anyway. We got almost a full grid at the minute. We're missing 2 people still to join us. I think they're going to join during qualifying, so that's So Hypes and CDMJW, I believe, are going to come in and join us midway through quali. They think they're going to make it. But yes, we're back on Tuesdays. Championship's been won by Dark Stomper, so that pressure's off a little bit. But still, the constructors is still very much alive. We've only got 3 races left. We've got this, I want to say Saudi and Abu Dhabi are the 3 that's left. But I've done a little bit of quick maths. So it turns out Alpine can actually take the constructors. Actually, no, they can't. They can't because the Alpine don't have 2 drivers in. So they're 44 points. If they get 44 points at any stage over the next 3 races, the constructors will be theirs. With Ferrari and Alfa Romeo, the only 2 other teams that can still catch them. So they're going to need a little bit of luck, I guess, to try and get that gap back into a reachable target, shall we say? Because I think it's an 88-point gap from memory between Ferrari and Alpine at the moment, and about 90 something. I want to say 93 or 4 for Alfa Romeo, but. It's a bit of an ask, but yeah, you never know.
And I'm actually just looking in the race day chat, and they're saying there may be rain at the end of the race. Here we go.
Your standard Tuesday rain. We love it here on Tuesdays. It seems, I don't know, like there's always such a nice mood around Tuesdays. It's real happy and cheerful, and the game's just like, nah, mate. We need to dampen the spirits, so maybe that's what the rain's all about. But yeah, that's going to play a little bit of havoc with the strategy. People are going to have to start considering, is there any point going on the softs? Like I say, we raced here a couple of weeks ago, Ken. The tyre wear here is an absolute joke. Yeah. I'll be surprised if there's too many even attempt the soft lap because they go off after about 4 laps. It's not really a feasible tyre, really. Not a great race tyre. Pace-wise, you're rapid, but it's not great for long stints, shall I say.
Yep. So I'm on board with Kadoy. He will be the first to put a time on the board currently on the soft tires. Going down that list on the left side, there are quite a few people looking to potentially set times on the medium compound tires.
Like I say, that rain, I think they say right at the end of the race, but I suppose in the last couple of races I've noticed where there's been rain, it always seems to come that little bit earlier than expected by most. But Kadoi seems to think he's happy enough to have a go on the soft, so we'll see what he does. He's coming into the last sector now. Looks very neat and tidy, to be fair to him. He's just brushing those walls nicely.
Yeah, that was well done.
Couple of corners to go. Riding the curb just now. Oh, he's just took a lovely little line through it. Not very neat and tidy from Kadoi. I believe he's the only American on the grid today, but there he goes on pole. It's a 138.0.
Yep. So 138.0714, the Williams driver of Kadoi. Aston Martin Phoenix behind him has invalidated. There's an Aston Martin behind the Aston Martin who is on an outlap. So who is on a flying lap? Ooh, BKS will be the next two across the line, and he is actually on the medium compound tire. So let us see. This is going to be the benchmark soft to medium comparison for the beginning of this qualifying session. Let us see where BKS is in comparison to Kadoi.
Yeah, so we shouldn't expect. I'm just trying to think. We're back to practice. I think it was Dark Stomper top practice. I think it was a 136 2 or 3. Oh, and BKS. Oh, it wasn't. It was on Bobber Zayek. And he just fought flying. I was on board with Zayek. I thought it was BKS, and he made contact with the wall. BKS a very decent lap time there on the medium compound tire. Zayek he comes in just behind him there with the 138.3, but he did make contact with the wall in sector 3, so a little bit of time to play with there.
Yep. So next across the line is King's Home, goes second with a 137.434, and he got a purple sector 3. Flea is around and crosses the line, but he has invalidated. Next will be Pistol Racing on the medium compound tire, sets a 142.129, puts him in 5th place. Next across the line, so that's Kadoi that's going into the pits. We'll see if one of these Aston Martins, yep, Phoenix, is currently on the lap, but yeah, I don't think it's having a bit of issues. But will cross the line to put a time on the board. It's a 140.253 for Phoenix, and then his teammate right behind him goes 6th with a 140.1643.
Yeah, I don't think it was represented. Phoenix is hitting the wall. He's got some massive snap of oversteer. I just jumped on board with him there. He's just there's carnage in qualifying. Ken, we've got Predictable Boy disqualified for driving the wrong direction. We've got Phoenix in the wall in sector 1. Oh, it's already began. Like I said, I'm expecting a race here that's going to be quite incident heavy. A Dark Stomper, look at him. Like, that's disgusting. Absolutely. You disgust me, sir. You disgust me. Oh, it's an absolutely ridiculous lap time. He's very, very vocal that, to quote him, this is his track. If you look at all season, I don't know what track isn't his track, to be fair, but he said Imola wasn't his track and he won there too, so but this is one that he would quote as very much his track, so I think he'd be happy with that lap time. He can probably just chill in the pit lanes for the remainder of the session. I think that's going to be a hard time to beat.
Yep. So that's a very good lap time by Dark Stomper, and then right behind him, Milan Massimo, who is reserving for the Haas team, put in a 136.746 to put himself in second.
I've just looked at the comments. We've got Phoenix in there going, "Oh my life." He's been racing GT3s all last week, so he's not used to the speed and the grip of an F1 car. It seems he's led up the race. Is that King's Home out as well?
Oh yes. So hold on, did he crash out?
It's an AlphaTauri coming. Who is it?
Yeah,
he's hit the wall.
Wow.
That's a bit of a strange space because he's a little bit after the corner, so I'm not sure if he got a little bit of a wheel spin coming into that corner and he tried to catch it, but he's sitting in P4 at the minute on the medium, so he did not put a bad lap time in, but there's a lot of guys still to go. You've got Electric Envy, Flea, Iggy Combo, both the AlphaTauris all still to put laps in, so might push him down the order a good bit, especially with the track evolution towards the end of the session.
Yeah. So I'm riding on board with Electric Envy as he is headed into the pits. So who will be next on a flying lap? We have Milan, who looks like he's on an in lap. Godoy has invalidated. The Unsainted should be the next across the line with a time as long as he does not invalidate. So let us ride on board with the Unsainted of the AlphaTauri team and see how he manages these final few turns. So coming to the line, it is a 1:43.08, puts him in 10th place for the time being. And also Ryan Van Doom, I was on board with him a couple minutes ago. He jumped one place from, I believe it was 9th to 8th with a 1:38.526. That was his second lap on those medium compound tires. Now it's going to be Iggy who is going to be next across the line.
Looks did a good lap, Ken, because I've been on board with him for the second two sectors there. It looks like a very good lap, to be honest. He backs off.
Yep,
he backed off right at the line. I don't know. He backed off and got a 1:38. So I'm interested. What that would have been. He must have dropped at least 2 seconds from that back off. So that was probably a 1:36 time in those soft tires. But he was purple sector 2. Didn't see obviously sector 3 in the end. But that was an impressive lap from Mickey. He hooked that up really well.
So I'm on board with Godoy, who is going for his second run on another fresh set of soft tires, and he just has a couple turns left until he hits the start-finish line. We will see if it'll be an improvement for Godoy. It is going to be. And he jumps to 6th with a 1:37.631.
There's quite a big gap there between 6th and 7th. It seems that there's still people just a little bit tentative driving around track here. I think this track can be very unforgiving. If you crash out in qualifying, it can be as we've seen, Prior Fib's already out. He's going to be starting near the back, and so's Phoenix, looking like he's going to just drop out of the top 10. Kingsholm did manage to get a lap in, but unfortunately crashed out on his second run. But yeah, I think a lot of the drivers being very tentative at the minute, just want to get something on the board before going full send for their last runs in just a couple of minutes' time.
So I'm riding on board with Zayek, who's just coming through the cup for the last few turns of this circuit. It looks like it's going to be an improvement. Yep, jumps to 3rd with a 1:36.935.
Been very impressive in qualifying lately, he's really upped his pace. I think he won't mind me admitting he hasn't had the consistency in the race, but his qualifying pace is definitely there. If he can get the consistency right,
is out. He did cross the start-finish line to set a 1:38.126, but yep, he has crashed out of this qualifying session. Next across the line is going to be Pistol Racing. Jumps to 11th with a 1:39.657. So both Red Bulls out of this qualifying session.
No, I got a feel for Flea there. To be fair, I've done that. I think I did that myself on Monday. I was fortunate not to crash out completely, but very easy to get that last corner right. Oh, sorry, very easy to get that last corner wrong. Looks like he's got caught up on the curb on the outside and just spun into the pit lane wall. So he's in the top 10. He's put a decent lap in there. It's not unbeatable, but like I said, at least he's got a lap on the board.
So I'm riding on board with Gennady. Has actually, from what the track map said, it says that he set a purple sector 2. So let us see. So Hypes has joined the session and has retired in the pits. He'll be driving for the Mercedes team today. So let's see what type of time Gennady can put on the board. Jumps to 5th with a 1:37.228.
I think the track's ramping up a little bit. Milan Massimo seems to be very indecisive on what tire he wants there. He's flipping between the soft and the medium run. But track is definitely ramping up. He's opted to go for the soft, so I don't think he's going to be able to beat that time. Who was that come through?
So Shug's Life just came through. I think he improved by maybe 1 position. He improved his time, so it was a 1:40.257. And then Electric Envy, I believe, is on a hot lap as it is right now. So that may have been an out lap by Electric Envy.
Pistol Racing's going for a second attempt on his soft tires as well, but he's got no battery left, so that's going to really hinder him a little bit. But we'll see what he can do. He must think he's got a little bit of time to gain somewhere. Doesn't feel like he's got the time to go back to the pit lane, but he's on another lap too. But it's becoming that time. The pit lane is going to get very busy in the next minute or so. Everyone's going to dive out and just see what they can do. I'd be very surprised if we see Dark Stomper again, to be honest. That time's looking very unbeatable, and even if it is, he's on the medium compound, so credit to him for that lap.
Yep, so Dark Stomper so far flexing 5/10 clear of the next closest driver, who is Milan Massimo in second place. Let us see. So yep, Gennady is into the pits. Yeah, Electric Envy's charging his battery. So I think on that previous lap, it wasn't an out lap. It was an actual lap, that time that he did set. Unfortunately, he was so close to Shugs that I did not see how far he jumped up the table. But both Shugs and Electric Envy are into the pits, and the track is quite quiet right now. But as you said, there should be many drivers coming out very soon.
I'm surprised that Shug's Life and Electric Envy pitting. I don't feel like we've got enough time to get another lap in. Electric Envy's up there in P9 on the medium, so you'd be happy with that. But Shug's Life, definitely, I feel like he can improve on that lap time, even if it was on a scrub set of mediums. But I don't expect that he'll get out again. It'll be very, very tight, shall I say, if he does.
Yep, so we have 1 minute and 55 seconds left in this qualifying session. I'm on board with Milan Massimo. Ooh, having a bit of trouble as he just comes into this first DRS straight. So he is 300ths slower than his best time so far. And this is interesting because I think the first lap that he did was on the soft tires. So now he's decided, since the track evolution has been taking place, he has gone out on the medium tires to see what he can do as he invalidates.
I think he's got time to get back around again. He's given himself enough time to have that opportunity at least. Just check the comments. Electric Envy had wing damage, so he dived into the pits there. I don't think we're going to see him. He's on an out lap at the minute. I think it's going to be very, very tight to the line to get back around to the start finish. Especially, I think I might have seen him just spin there in sector 1, so I don't know if he's going to make the line or not, but he's going to give it a go anyway.
Ooh, on board with Kadoy says, he did say, oh, and he invalidated as well. It does look like, yeah, but he's not going to have enough time to get back across the start-finish line.
I don't think so. I think that's laps all he's got. I did see he had purple sector 1 there, but unfortunately, like I said, I think I'm expecting a race where penalties might come into play here as well. Track limits, a bit like USA yesterday, very harsh. I can see the penalties really racking up. Despite it being a street circuit, and despite it being quite a narrow street circuit, there's a lot of areas where track extended and can be a little bit strict around here. So that's qualifying finished. Just the guys in the lap still to go. I see a Mercedes. Is that Zayek? He's the first one that's going to cross the line, I believe.
Yeah. So it's DRS wide open for Zayek, currently sitting in third place in this qualifying session. He's going very fast, 7/10 faster.
This could really put the pressure on Dark Stomper. Really, he doesn't want to, especially Zayak. I know there's a little bit of a rivalry going on there with their qualifying lap times. He'll not be happy if he has to start behind Zayak.
Yep, so let us see what it is that Zayak can do coming through these final couple of turns. What will the time be? Goes to
it's
second.
Not enough, but it's close.
Yep.
It was so close. I think he lost a little bit of time through Sector 3 there, but he'll be very happy to be starting on the front row of the grid at least.
Yep, so that is very well done by Zayak. Milan is headed into the pit, so it's only H. Bosworth who is almost 5/10 faster than his best time. And it's unfortunate because Iggy was right behind him and missed the start-finish by about a second, so he was not able to go on his final run. So riding on board with H. Bosworth, he is the last, and he's into the pits.
Pitting. I'm surprised. I'm surprised at that because he could have. He was looking like a potential top 4 time there. I'm not sure. He just wasn't happy with whatever happened in Sector 3 there. But yeah, it was looking really good. Going by the Delta. So,
yeah.
But he's happy with P7 it seems.
And I am wondering, did he set that time on the mediums?
Potentially, that would explain it. He's maybe happy starting on the medium compound tire. There's a couple of people in the top 10 have managed it. Electric Envy's managed it. Possibly H. Bosworth, King's Home, and Milan Massimo.
Mm-hmm. And then
Dark
Stomper, Dark Stomper as well. Yep. So that is the end of the qualifying session. It is Dark Stomper who takes pole position, followed by Zayak in second place, and followed by him is Milan Massimo in third. BKS in fourth will be starting on the medium, so that's going to be advantageous for him. Gennady will start in fifth. King's Home will start in sixth on the mediums. H. Bosworth, on the mediums in seventh. Kadoy starting in eighth. Electric Envy in ninth on the medium compound tires. Flea will be starting in 10th. Ryan Van Doom in 11th. Iggy 12th. Pistol Racing in 13th, Phoenix in 14th, Shug's Life in 15th, The Unsainted in 16th, So Hyped in 17th, and Parthib in 18th place at the back of the grid.
I'm liking the look of this mixed up strategy in the top 10. Like I said, I don't think the soft guys are much of an advantage here with that tyre wear. It is so harsh around here. Even keeping your tyre temperatures down can be a nightmare. I think a couple of the drivers in practice were having difficulty with that, but I like a little bit of a mixed strategy in the top 10. It'll be interesting to see what the guys think is the best option, especially we cannot forget that rain that's coming at the end of the race.
Yep.
I can't even look at the sky cam. Singapore's weird. Is it cloudy? I don't know. Why do we gotta be at night time, man? I can't tell.
Like, is that a slight fog in the air? We don't
Maybe
know.
it's just the pollution. It's just pollution, Cam. It's fine.
Oh, yeah. Boy. Yep, so the drivers are just getting their strategies and setups in order, and they will form up on the grid for the formation lap. There will be 31 laps for this race around Singapore. Let me get the settings. So, look at all the hard runners.
No, that's spicy. That is really spicy. I'm loving this strategy. Oh, there's so many people going for mental strategies. I don't know. I know, personally speaking, I wouldn't have opted for the hard. The tires are brutal. Like they're don't get me wrong, they last, but they're very slow. Especially when you're running full fuel as well. But I'm loving this mix-up in strategy. All the medium runners, all the it's every tire compound's in play. I've just noticed actually, I'm flying to Bali in a couple of months, and I'm flying with Singapore Airlines, so I see all my sponsorship from my plane on the track. This is amazing. Maybe they'll give me a cheaper flight, please. I give you sponsorship, please. But yeah, no, I'm absolutely loving the look of all this strategy is coming to come into play. This is a bit like Spain, I said a couple of weeks ago for Thursday's race. It's all about strategy here. If you get it right, you get it really right. But if you get it wrong, big trouble.
Yep. And it's going to be interesting. Like, if these hard runners are able to keep themselves clean, out of any trouble, not getting any contact with these walls that are very close to the circuit. Let us just say, if there is a safety car, does that mean that all of these hard runners would stay out if they didn't have any damage?
Yeah, but my guess is they're trying to make it to the rain. To be honest, that's my go-to. But they're going to be so slow. Like I said, the soft guys are going to be rapid. Keep an eye on Zayek at the start. He should, in theory, get a better jump on Dark Stomper. We'll see if they get through turn 1 cleanly. But yeah, like I say, I think the hard guys, they've took a gamble here. They've seen the rain. We don't know how soon it's coming, but maybe it comes a little bit earlier than expected.
Yep, so this is going to get quite interesting quite soon. So, is Dark Stomper in first place pole position, Zayek in second, Milan in third, BKS in fourth, Gennady in fifth, King's Home in sixth, H. Bosworth in seventh, Kadoy in eighth, Electric Envy in ninth, Flea in 10th, Ryan Van Doom in 11th, Iggy Cumbo in 12th, Pistol Racing in 13th, Phoenix in 14th, Shugs in 15th, The Unsainted 16th, So Heights in 17th, and Prior Thib will be the last to form up on the circuit. In 18th place, we have 3, 4, and 5 red lights. And we are away for this race around Singapore. Let us see. King's Home, good start. Milan Massimo goes past Zayek. Let us see if Zayek is able, as we have yellow flags, and it's Aston Martin Phoenix.
Didn't see what happened back there. It doesn't look like he's got any damage though, so he's one of those hard runners we said wanted to avoid the trouble, so hopefully he can get back up and onto the back of the pack again.
Ooh, and Milan and Zayek going side by side, and Milan is around.
Just a little nudge in the front right tire, and he's gone right round and right to the back of the grid.
Ooh, and Flea is around! Prior Thibs! Oh, it is carnage!
Madness going on here. Flea's the wrong way on track at the minute. He's got to try and get himself back round. He's no front wing, and that is not in the state you want to be on this track. You've got VSC though to help him try and get back round to the pits again. Madness on lap 1.
Wow. So opening lap of this race, it has already kicked off. Phoenix has been around going into, I believe it was turn 2 or 3. Now all the way down in 17th. Flea has dropped 8 places after that spin that also collected. That would be, Prior Thib does not have a front wing on his car as well. So it's going to be interesting to see who is going to be into the pits. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think Gennady is missing an end plate as well.
Pit lane's going to be very busy on lap 1. Just looking, one driver's got himself into a great position. Ryan Van Doom up to P8 on those hards. He's going to have a little bit of a fight to keep up with those guys in front of him. He's got a little bit of a gap there, but he's definitely got himself into a good position off the start.
Oh, and that's unfortunate. I saw that So Hyped was all the way in 9th, but he's into the pits as well, so he must have obviously sustained damage as we are back underway on lap 2. So yeah, So Hyped must have sustained damage as well. Look at that. It's 7 people in the pits.
Carnage. Now, Cam, I don't know if this is just me, but it looks like So Hyped didn't get the safety memo. His driver isn't wearing a helmet. I think someone should maybe escalate that. But, interesting tactic of weight shedding there by Mercedes.
So let us see. Oh, as Shug's Life has been let by Iggy Cumbo, so Shug's Life goes up into 9th. I did see, I think under the VSC there may have been, I saw Iggy moved up a position, so I think he may have just let Shug's Life back through.
So there doesn't look to be any damage on that Alfa Romeo, so I'm not sure. Maybe they just overtook each other by accident, gave the position back. But those hard guys, we said it. If they can keep it clean, they're in a great position for a result here. So it doesn't look like the pace is dropping off too much. Rand Van Doom still 2.5 seconds behind Kodoy on those softs in front. You got yellow in sector 2 though.
Ooh, and the Unsainted is out. Now this may be a VSC.
This has gone well so far, Ken. We've got 3 laps and 2 safety cars. But, let's face it, what did we expect? Singapore. Do you know, every week I claim a curb of death? Well, every corner is a curb of death, let's be honest. A lot of places you can get caught out here. It looks like Unsainted got caught out there just in and around, the middle of sector 2. But the car's been cleared, so it shouldn't go full safety car from what I can tell. But Dark Stomper, though, got a healthy lead over Zayak off the start there. Zayak's tyres have got to be starting to go off a little bit. Like I said, the tyre life around here for the softs is next to nothing. Would promote Kingsholm in the P2.
So we're currently under VSC conditions. We are on lap 31 of this, lap 3 of this 31 lap race. And let's just see. So a lot of gainers. So Kingsholm has moved up 3 positions. H. Bosworth up 2, Electric Envy up 3, Kadoy up 1, Ryan Van Doom up 3, Shug's Life up 6. Well done by him. And yep, so BSC conditions are now over, and DRS has been enabled on this lap 3, so we are back underway. It looks like Kadoy with DRS closing up to the back of Electric Envy, but Electric Envy did have DRS himself, so able to keep that 6th place position.
Kadoy's really got to get a move on. He's not been able to use that advantage he has on those softs because he's been in this massive DRS train from the guys in front, and of course he's had the VSCs which have held up his progress as well. He needs to either decide to dive into the pits here or, get around these guys, because this is not helping his race.
Yep, so DRS for Kadoy, and it would have been, we have yellow flag, sector 3, that is a Haas, looks like Milan.
Is he stuck?
Yeah, to an extent.
I was gonna say, I was confused. I was sorry for the silence guy. I was looking at his gear. He was stuck in reverse and it wouldn't move. But he's back on track again. So I'm not sure. Not sure what happened there. But yeah, another note came. I suppose something I did want to say. So apparently Phoenix likes to listen to the stream during the race. Apparently he treats us like a race engineer, so if you hear me shouting out random tyre strategies for Phoenix during the race, just but yeah, he seems to like, we're better than Jeff, is the way to put it.
Ooh, and Kingsholm runs a little deep into that turn, and may have cost him maybe about a 10th, but it looks like BKS is closing up to Kingsholm. But yeah, it's on this track, it's basically do not make a mistake and good exits out of turns, because that is the only way, as Dark Stomper sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:40.367. There are not many places to make overtaking opportunities.
No, but I've just been watching that split to Zayak. Those softs have definitely gone off. Kingsholm's gained over 7 tenths to him in sector 1 alone. He's looking like he'd be a little bit vulnerable on this DRS straight, but we'll see what happens.
Yep, so it's DRS for Kingsholm of the Red Bull team, and was not able. I don't know. Kingsholm was not able to choose where it is that he wanted to go, as Zayak somewhat parked it in the middle of the circuit. Ooh, and BKS just made slight contact with Kingsholm. Luckily, able to keep his car facing the proper direction.
Yeah, this fight in the midfield, well, I say midfield, it's not even the midfield, it's for P2.
Yeah.
7 cars involved in it. Kadoi has dropped off the back of Electric Envy as well. He's got to start thinking about a pit stop here. Maybe he's going to try and stretch it out so he can go mediums to the rain, I'm not sure, but like I say, those hard guys, I can't keep my eye off them. They're in such a good position at the minute.
Mm-hmm. So I'll ride on board with King's Home. Let us see. Number 1 is Zayek going to pit, or is he going to stay out for a little bit longer? And yep, looks like Zayek is into the pit, so that promotes King's Home up into second place.
Kadoi spun coming out of the second to last corner. He's no front wing. Those soft tires just give up on him. I'm not sure. He's trying to get back on track again. He's just having a little bit of difficulty with it. I suppose he couldn't have crashed in a better place. He could just dive into the pit lane. But no, it's so unfortunate for him because I'm sure he was going to pit that lap anyway.
Yep, that's unfortunate for Kadoi. We have yellow flag sector 3. Looks like that would be Kadoi again. But let us see. So now it's going to be interesting. So BKS, is he going to be able to make his way past King's Home? This battle for second still going on, and it is 3 drivers behind King's Home. That would be BKS, H. Bosworth, and Electric Envy, keeping themselves quite close with the Red Bull driver.
Just looking, Cam, even the driver behind, H. Bosworth, hasn't used any of his battery. He's been saving this whole time. Maybe just waiting for the opportune moment to strike. Everyone else around him seems to have been burning their battery reasonably. They've all got around 50%. I think he's maybe just biding his time here, waiting for the opportune time to make a move on those guys in front and see if he can break that DRS gap.
Yep, so we're currently on lap 6 of this 31-lap race as Ryan Van Doom gets himself a 3-second time penalty, as well as Pistol Racing, so that's not going to be good for those two. So BKS into the final turn, now crossing the start-finish line. It is DRS wide open, but there is just not enough straight to be able to make overtakes in these DRS zones, but looks like Shug's life. Ooh, Ryan Van Doom!
Dives into the pit lane? I'm not sure. He's retired. He was in such a good position. He's just... Did he spin and make contact? I'm not sure, but...
Yeah, he crashed into the pit lane wall.
Oh,
and BKS is around!
Oh, that's not what the Ferrari driver needed either. It's all going down on that. He's no damage, but it's all going down on lap 7. Ryan Van Doom's retired. He's gone. So BKS has had a bit of a moment. One thing I didn't say at the start of the stream is the fight for P2 is still very much on here, and it's between BKS and Kingsholm. BKS has got to hope he can make up a little bit. Oh, excuse me, I choked. He's got to make up a little bit of points and what he's just lost, but he's got about a 21-point lead at the moment, so he can afford to lose a few, but that's not what he wanted for that fight for P2.
Yep, so, and also Zayek just made his way past Phoenix to go up into 8th place, so these medium tires are working quite well for Zayek at the moment.
Yeah, just looking at I'm trying to get the split up for the gap to the leader. I think Dark Stomper's in a league of his own, to be fair, but he is ripping time out of the hard runners. 3/10 out of 4/10 out of Iggy Combo, 5/10 out of Iggy Combo in 2 corners alone. He's really flying those tires, but like I said, those hards are not the best race tire, but they will go for a very, very long time.
Yep, so I'm on board with Electric Envy. He is quite close to H. Bosworth, but with H. Bosworth having the DRS off of the back of Kingsholm as well, Electric Envy's not able to make his way past H. Bosworth, has to still stay in 4th as... Looks like, yeah, so Hypes has made his way past Phoenix to go up into 9th.
So Hype's also on that hard tire, but I think they're a couple of laps fresher. I got a bit of an update. Ryan Van Doon's been racing with a hand injury apparently. It's getting a bit too painful for him, so he's decided just to stop racing. Which, to be fair, if it's hurting him, what's the point? But he had such a run. I would love to have seen where he would have finished. With yellows and 1 though.
Yeah, Milan is around. And I do think he was relatively close to Prix, so I'm not sure if there was any type of incident there, but that's unfortunate for Milan all the way back in 16th as it stands.
It's such a run too. I think if I remember right, he started P3. He needs a safety car at this point to get himself back into the mix. Just the race has not gone his way since that incident on lap 1.
Yep, so Giannotti has made his way past Phoenix to go up into 10th, and it's looking like Prior Thib will be the next one. So it's interesting. Phoenix, albeit he is on the hard tires, but it does seem like he is struggling. Looks like Kingsholm and H. Bosworth.
Front and it's very, very wide. Kingsholm went there into, I want to say, turn 6. Kingsholm and H. Bosworth really pushing each other at the minute. But Kingsholm comes out in front just at the moment.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. It's going to be DRS4 H. Bosworth. Will he be able? Let's see. Prior Thib now making his way past Phoenix to go up into 11th. We did have yellow flags. I'm not sure who that was. But nope, H. Bosworth not able to make his way past Kingsholm just yet.
I think the spot to make the overtake seems to be down into turn 6. There's another yellow flag. It looks like the other Aston Martin of Phoenix has had a moment. He's got himself back on track. Doesn't look like he's got any damage, but back to the fight in front. I think the best opportunity for H. Bosworth to get this move done is going to be down into turn 6. Milan Massim was retired in the pits. He had a great qualifying session, but unable to make anything happen in the race, unfortunately.
Ooh! And I'm on board with Flea. Pistol Racing just went into the wall and is missing his left end plate. So Flea is now up into 14th place.
Oh, we got a dodgy moment here. We got the retiring car of Milan Massim coming onto the track, and it's right in front of Strug's Life. Ironically, his teammate, which is the one person he won't want to hold up, but it's guarded away nicely.
Yep. So Zach gets himself a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limit warnings. Looks like. Yep, so BKS just coming out of the pits. Prior Thib has made his way past BKS and is up into 10th. But still looking at this battle for second place. H. Bosworth is doing a good job staying on the back of Kingsholm.
Didn't manage to get it done down in the second DRS straight down into turn 6, but Kingsholm's running a little bit deep. Wonder is he starting to struggle in those medium tyres, because it's around now you'd sort of expect him to start going off. I think they last about 14 to 15 laps around here, and all these guys have been on them for 9, so the tyre wear should start to play a little bit of a game. Who's been managing their tyres better?
So let us see. So none of them are into the pits. It is going to be DRS4 H. Bosworth, but not able to make a move. But looks like, I believe it was Kadoy who may have made his way past Phoenix. Oh, sorry, BKS and Prior Thib, and BKS is around again!
Oh, it's not a great place. He's not having that. I think he dived into the pits the lap before too to try and get the undercut and the guys in front. But he's just, he's wrecked himself. He really needs that safety car now.
And H. Bosworth was side by side with Kingsholm, and they are still battling it out. Kingsholm did go wide to keep that second place position. But as you were saying, there may be a bit of a tire drop-off that is happening for Kingsholm, and it does, at this point, look like H. Bosworth is managing these mediums a little bit better than Kingsholm.
I'm not sure if it's the fight that's going on in front, but I've been keeping an eye on Shug's Life's Delta. He's that lead car on the hard tyres at the moment. The time's starting to drop a little bit. Sort of staying in around that 18.5 to 19 second mark, but you really expect those medium tyres to fly away, so maybe the hards are starting to come into play. That's the tyre that he wants to be on at this point.
And it's just interesting. I'm wondering how long will Shug's Life be able to keep himself safe and going on these hard tires as H. Bosworth is into the pits.
He's decided to go for that undercut. He's pulled the trigger. Might put himself in a good condition. Who's that? Tell me that's not Shug's Life. He's ran deep in Sector 3. He's put himself in an awful position.
And Zayek is out!
No, this could be a safety car. This is a really, really bad spot, Ken. Surely.
I would assume so. Let us see. I'm still looking at Shug's Life. Oh, Zach's car is gone. So there's no safety car.
Who are these marshals? I mean, that was crazy. I thought it might have played into H. Bosworth's hands a little bit, that safety car, but no, apparently not. The marshals have gained the ability to defabricate cars whenever they go onto the track at Singapore.
And I'm actually on board with Iggy. So H. Bosworth was coming out of the pits, and Iggy and H. Bosworth almost collided with each other.
No, we've seen that before, but they don't want to do that now. H. Bosworth on a different strategy to Iggy as well. I don't imagine he'd want to hold him up. H. Bosworth is flying though. I'm wondering will he manage to get the undercut on these guys in front, because he's got the pace to do it.
And it's interesting, he didn't opt for the hards either. He's on another set of mediums.
That makes me wonder, have the drivers got the radio message that rain is on the way? He decided, well, he's expecting to go on to a different compound at some point. It's just a matter now of, is it going to be the soft or is it going to be the inter? Both Kingsholm and Electric Envy have dived into the pits. Will H. Bosworth have got the undercut he needs?
Yep, so let's see. We'll ride on board with H. Bosworth. Let's see. As Phoenix gets himself a 30-second time penalty for multiple track limit warnings. Let us see where does that H. Bosworth comes out. You have Kingsholm just exiting the pit lane, and looks like H. Bosworth is through.
He's got a mighty undercut there, Cam. That's nearly 2 seconds. He's broke the DRS toe, and he had quite a bit of pace in the tank. I wonder, has he got the pace over Kingsholm to maintain that gap?
And it's just interesting as Shug's Life is into the pits. It is interesting because Electric MB was so close to Kingsholm. How is he 2 seconds back?
I wonder was a wing damage at play there. Like I said, it's only a 2 second gap, so I'm not sure if he got held in the pits or anything like that. But yeah, he's just dropped a little, well, just out of his DRS by about a second. He's gonna have to try and make that up again.
So I was on board with the helmetless. So Hypes made his way past become and now BKS making his way past Flea to go up into 11th. As we have yellow flag, sector 1. That's Flea.
Oh, he's in a bad spot there too. Luckily, there's nobody around him. Dark Stomper's dived in the pit. Someone we haven't even spoken about. He's such a commanding lead at this point. I think H. Bosworth's coming into Sector 3 now. Dark Stomper's coming out of the pits. Yeah, he's got, what, 20 odd second lead at this point? Definitely showing showing why he's become the drivers' champion this season. He's just been absolutely phenomenal.
So H. Bosworth sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:39.909. Let's go down to Gennady because it looks like Gennady is also going to make his way past Iggy Kumbo. It is DRS4, the AlphaTauri driver, but nope. Going to park himself behind Iggy and potentially look, as Parathib is into the pits, potentially look to make his way past Iggy going into this, or down this first DRS straight.
No, he's got so much more battery. Around the outside into the inside of turn 6. I want to say that's turn 6. I don't know how good my Maz is, but made the move very, very easily. Iggy didn't want to put up too much of a fight there. Oh, and he's not done that after me saying that. Oh, okay. Good news is it doesn't look like he's got any wing damage from that, but that was quite the thump. I think he's lucky to have got away with that, and he's done it again. He's done it again. Oh, what have I done? Do you know what? I'm getting off him. I'm not talking about him anymore. Good lad, Gennady. Get up my son.
Yeah, this is unfortunate. Yep, and he is struck. Cannot turn that car. Iggy is past Gennady again, and also does have the DRS to his advantage. So, unfortunately, it does not look objectively as if Gennady has any damage, but he must because, yeah, he's having issues making turns as BKS has made his way past Phoenix.
Oh, look who's back in the DRS. Kingshome's managed to catch up to the back of H. Bosworth. It's now going to be a fight basically to the rain if it ever comes. Electric Envy's also making up some of that time that he lost as well through the pit stops, but H. Bosworth has to be a little bit defensive for the next while. DRS open for Kingshome. Don't think he's going to have enough to do it this lap, but he's definitely looking feisty.
Yep, and I was riding on board with Kadoy. He has made his way past Phoenix to go up into 10th on those soft tires. So Kadoy is going to be flying for about the next maybe 5 to 7 laps.
I do question that decision. I wonder what the reason is behind it, because those softs, like I say, aren't going to go long. How far is this rain away?
Yep. It's going to be interesting to see, and you're usually the one. I'm literally just watching the race, and then you call it out. It's raining.
I'll scream. I'll just start screaming. It'll be dramatic and traumatic for everyone involved. Honestly, but I keep spectating Dark Stomper every now and again just to see if there's any sign of that rain yet, but not at the moment.
Yep, so Dark Stomper just set the fastest lap of the race. We are on lap 16 of 31, so just past the halfway point. Let's see, Electric Envy is making his way up to the back of King's Home. Looked like he was having a bit of a peak, but will stay slotted in that 4th place position.
I think we could have a couple of overtaking moves down this DRS straight if everyone gets it right. Electric Envy looks like he's got a decent line, but Kingshome looks like he's got a better one. I don't think he's close enough to H. Bosworth though to try and get the move done.
So Shug's Life has made... Ooh, runs deep, and Phoenix is back into 11th. They traded places for about 5 seconds there. Phoenix back into 11th, and he's on 14-lap-old hard, so going quite the distance with those tires.
Yeah, I'd say that I'm expecting even the hards to start feeling a little bit rough. Like they sort of always feel rough on this track, to be honest. But Iggy Kumbo sitting pretty there in P6 as well with those hards. I'm so hyped. Just a couple of laps fresher tires as well. If this rain's coming soon, it's put them in a great position. But I think they're going to be wanting it sooner rather than later at this point.
Yep, so, oh, and Kadoy is into the wall. So
Don't see any damage. I'm just having a look at the end plates and they look fine from what I can see.
done something similar to what Gennardi done a couple of laps previous, but speaking of which, look, he's in P7.
Yeah, I'm doing quite well.
I was expecting him to drop right down the order. He's now chasing after Iggy Combo again. Yellow's sector one is looking like the red ball. That same corner, and he is missing an end plate.
Yep, so Pistol Racing up into 13th after Lee has had a bit of a moment. I'm on board with Electric Envy. He is close to Kingsholm. DRS wide open for Electric Envy, but will not be able to make the pass on Kingsholm just yet. Ooh, and H. Bosworth actually coming up to the back of Flea, so Flea is going to be a lap car letting, yep, so he's moved to the side and let those cars through.
I'm getting intel, Cam. We've got rain in just over 10 minutes at this point.
Oh,
I'm not sure how old that message is, to be fair, but apparently just over 10 minutes.
This is about to get interesting. So let us see. So yep, Pistol Racing is going to be lapped. DRS for Kingsholm and Electric Envy, but no moves made as there is not enough straight down that second DRS straight.
Each Bosworth just looks so comfortable leading this pack. He doesn't look like he's been threatened at all at the moment. I think he's just trying to play it cool, to be honest. Kingsholm in that dirty air looks like he's really struggling as he gets a little bit squirmy over that curb. Opens the door for Electric Envy to maybe have a go into turn one.
So DRS for both the Red Bull and Ferrari driver. Always taking that peak to the left side. too far back to make a move. Yellow flag sector 3, and that would be Flea. I'm not sure. So penalty for speeding in the pit lane for Flea. This is going to be a good run by Electric Envy. DRS wide open. But also, Kingsholm making his way up to H. Bosworth. H. Bosworth going a bit side to side, trying to keep that second place.
He's shaking that booty. Oh, there's been a bit of contact. I'm not sure if H. Bosworth hit the wall. I did see a little bit of contact between Kingsholm and H. Bosworth, but I don't know. I don't see any damage, but then I didn't see any on Gennardi either, but Carl looks like it's handling okay at the moment.
So let's see, H. Bosworth is still maintaining about 6/10 clear of Kingsholm, and then you have Electric Envy, who is behind Kingsholm in 4th place, and then we have Dark Stomper about to cross the start-finish line 23 seconds ahead.
Such a commanding lead. It's actually a joke at this point. He's actually lapping Phoenix in P11. It's crazy. Like he did say this was his track. He's really shown it. Really shown it. He's gained about 10 seconds at H. Bosworth. I know he's been fighting for that P2 position, but he's gained about 10 seconds on him since that pit 5 laps ago. So that's a ridiculous pace, honestly.
So we are currently on lap 19 of 31, and the question that now remains, when is this rain going to be making its way to this race? As let us see Kingsholm making his way up to the back of H. Bosworth, but as H. Bosworth has a little bit of a lockup, but Kingsholm not, locking up again is H. Bosworth, so
That's not going to help the tyres. Definitely not going to help the tyres. The question is, how much longer does he need them? Still looking out for that rain. The weatherman is on the... Wait a minute. Might have just seen a couple of drops there across the screen. I don't know. I'll keep you updated.
So let's see, it's DRS for Electric Envy. Still has to stay behind Kingsholm in 4th, but this is a good exit out of that turn, but once again, there's just not enough straight to be able to make any type of move.
Kingsholm dropping off a little bit now, coming through Sector 3. Electric Envy has been looking very racy, but he's got to be getting frustrated. He cannot seem to get around Kingsholm and have a crack of H Bosworth. Looks like he's pushed a little bit this lap though, right on the back of him into turn 1. Kingsholm runs a little bit wide into the corner, but gets a better exit than Envy. Does he think about going for the move down into turn 6?
Yep, so it's DRS wide open.
Overtake.
So DRS for Kingsholm and Electric Envy still have to stay behind H Bosworth. So we're currently on lap 20 of 31. Only 11 and a half laps remaining. The question still remains, when will that rain be coming? Now on board with Pistol Racing, who is coming up as we have yellow flag sector 1. Parthib is out!
Is this going to be a safety car? I can see it. There it is.
Yes, it is.
Now, that is a game changer. Dark Stomper's diving into the pits. I'm not sure what tyres for. Is that rain coming?
Oh boy. Oh
boy.
boy.
This is a stinking call. He's been commanding all race. He's pitting for the medium tyre.
That is an interesting call.
I'm surprised at that. I have to admit I'll be surprised at that, because I could have swore that rain's got to be just around the corner. H Bosworth's coming down. The start's finished straight now.
Kingsholm is in.
Right, what? Okay, so hang on a minute. Dark Stomper's done something very silly.
Oh no! He's on 40 lap mediums!
He's done something very, very silly. Yeah. Not sure he thought about that one.
Oh wow!
He's just pit for an extra. He's added an extra 6 laps onto his tyres. That actually might put H Bosworth in contention. I'm not like. Don't get me wrong. Dark Stomper has been commanding all race, but how can he hold up on worn tyres? Like I said, he's hitting the kind of what's the word? The drop-off phase of the mediums. It's around lap 14. H Bosworth with 6 lap fresh or mediums behind. Kingsholm though, P4 on the softs.
And that is the call that I was expecting. I was expecting Dark Stomper to go on the softs as well.
Combo's pit for mediums. Gennardi's pit for softs. BKS mediums.
Because even if you think about it, if it's gonna rain, but the tire degradation, this is difficult.
I actually don't know what I would do in this situation.
Yeah.
I think I would have probably done what H Bosworth and Electric Envy did, to be honest. But I don't. It's a hard call. I don't have the information. I got information about 10 minutes ago that the rain was due in 10 minutes. That's why I'm somewhat confused about the choice for these guys to pit onto the mediums. I suppose they're maybe thinking, how heavy is the rain going to come? Cover all bases, but. Yeah, very, very difficult call. It'll also give a lot of these guys a chance to catch up again. I'm not sure if Cam Phoenix is in the pack again. Question is he going to try and unlap himself?
Oh boy.
Is he going to try and unlap himself?
So Dark Stomper's into the pits.
And H Bosworth, Electric Envy has stayed out, inherits P1. So hyped up into 3rd place after he started this race in 17th. Yeah, he's having a great run. Having an absolutely phenomenal.
H Bosworth is getting a wing change.
Did he make contact? He's pit for the softs as well, so I'm not sure what's happening there. Kingsholm now effectively P2.
behind a guy on 8-lap-old mediums. He's in great position now to win this race. Has Dark Stomper thrown this away? He's got the pace on track, but has he got the ability to overtake that many cars? I'm really, these pit stops have really thrown me because I was expecting rain imminently. But literally everyone has stopped at some point or for some sort of tyre, apart from Electric Envy at the front.
Yeah, this is interesting. It's just, so I'm assuming... Let us see. So yeah, Dark Stomper is now caught up to the field. It's now just a question of when is this rain going to come?
We've got another update. It's apparently 5 minutes till the rain. 5 minutes, you think about 3 laps or so. It's, you know, even under the safety car, I will not be surprised if it starts spitting raindrops. I don't even know if spitting's just an Irish thing or or what. Well, so Flea's gone trying to unlap himself.
And has he made it work?
Yeah.
No, disqualified.
No.
He's disqualified.
Oh, that's unfortunate for the Red Bull driver. He's not had a good day. I doubt Phoenix is going to chance his arm now, to be honest. He's won retirement off, what do you call it? He's won retirement off P10, so he may as well stick it out at this point, to be fair to him. You hear that, Phoenix? This is race engineer speaking. We think we're going to stay behind. We're going to stay behind Electric Envy, not try and unlap ourselves, okay? That's team orders. Teamwork. Yeah, but Phoenix has updated me. It is 5 minutes to the rain now, apparently.
Okay, so we are currently on lap 23 of 31. It is Electric Envy who is leading this race. He is on 9-lap-old medium tires. We have Kingsholm, who pitted during this safety car at the beginning of this safety car period, on fresh softs in second place. We have So Hyped, started this race in 17th after serving a quali ban, currently in third. Dark Stomper, who may have just made a slight error, now down in fourth on fresh soft tires. We have H. Bosworth in fifth on fresh soft tires. We have Iggy Combo in sixth on fresh medium tires. Janotti's in seventh on fresh softs. BKS in eighth, fresh mediums. Shug's Life in ninth, fresh softs. Kadoy in 10th, fresh softs. Phoenix in 11th, albeit 1 lap down. And Pistol Racing in 12th, slotted between Janotti and BKS, and he needs to watch himself so that he does not make contact with any of these cars during the safety car period.
And they've gotten further update on the weather. Rain is imminent. It can come any time now. I don't think we're going to have too many laps of racing here. I think the guys who've picked for the softs have pulled a madness. Dark Stomper got a bit of work to do. Like I say, he's been absolutely rapid all the race, but is that setup good in the wet? That's another thing we have to consider here. Has anyone been running a wet setup? I doubt it, but it's going to be which dry setup has the best capability of dealing with that wet weather shaper. So, see if the car's coming in this lap. I don't think we're going to have too long to wait for this rain.
Oh, that's interesting. Is Phoenix 2 laps down? I think he may be.
No. Maybe it is. No, it must be only one. Surely only one.
Yeah, they are going slowly. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, but let's see what Electric Envy does for this safety. Ooh, and Phoenix is actually between Electric Envy and Kingsholm as Phoenix makes contact with Electric Envy. Shug's Life gets a 3-second time penalty. Oh! Kingsholm had to let Phoenix back through! So
from the restart, yeah, I think so. I think Kingsholm took Phoenix just a little bit too early there.
Yeah.
Had to let him back through. Phoenix just trying to get out of the way of these guys behind.
Oh, and BKS is around again! as well as Shugs.
Oh, it's been he's had a disastrous race, absolute nightmare at this point. Like I said, Phoenix is just holding out for that retirement at this point. That would have been nice for him, but BKS not having a great run today.
Oh, Phoenix!
Oh, Phoenix and Iggy, and there's a massive crash, Kim, absolutely enormous. Definitely retirement. I think Pistol Racing's DNF. I'm not sure. This is absolute carnage off the restart. That's surely another safety car. Is it too soon?
Yeah, and there aren't many cars coming through that. It is. So has Electric Envy, but then we still have the rate. Look, I am not making any predictions.
I can't predict this, man. You know, I like to think I'm a good analyst and I can pick things up, but this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, what do you do here? Where do you go from here? Rain come in 5 minutes. Does someone just fire in and... Do you want Phoenix? Hang on a minute.
Phoenix, we're going to pit for Enders. Pit for Enders.
May as well go for it at this stage. Honestly, I cannot honestly predict anything anymore. This is absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. Still no sign of the rain, but like I say, if instead it was imminent.
It's raining.
You're joking. You're no. It is raining on.
Oh!
Phoenix, we're pitting for Enders. We're pitting for Enders lap. Try and claw that lap back.
Yep, so Gennady in, Kadoy in. Let us see what the call is by both of these drivers. It is inters for Gennady, Kadoy. Inters for him as well. Iggy, who was caught up in, no front wing. So, inters for him, new front wing. BKS.
Oh, who was that? It was a Gennady. He spun it coming out of the pit lane. He just racked his front wing. He lit up the rears coming out of the pit lane, spun across the track, and he's going to have to pit again. I was going to say, these enter guys might actually... Who is the leader? Kadoy might be leading if everyone pits this lap.
Wow. Yep, so all of the front runners, they are behind the safety car. They are just going through Sector 2 at this point. Kadoy is able to catch up to the back of the pack, albeit I think he is under a delta time because I do see him slowing down slightly. Yeah, Gennady is missing left and plate, so he's going to have to pit again. Iggy Combo is looking in prime position at this point as well, but yeah, these cars should be able to catch up.
I think they're going to catch. The question is, have they all dived onto Enters too early? Like, it's raining, but the track doesn't look that wet. It's kind of hard to tell in Singapore because it is night time, but I don't see anywhere near a wet line there. I can't remember when. I think we're in the first lap of the safety car, so it could be another 2 laps.
Yeah, most likely.
Does someone just try and stay out and hope for the best? You know, it's a hard call. It's a very hard call.
Ooh, if you go to Electric Envy, it's Inters. If you look where Electric Envy is on the track, it's kind of raining a lot more than, let's say, I was on board with Iggy. And he had... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, it's something we've seen in Belgium. Certain parts of the track are so much worse than others. Oh, yeah, I've just seen it. It's absolutely pouring down. Stowe Hypes has died in the pits, but the 4 at the front have stayed out. Is that full wets? This is madness. I don't know what to think anymore. I don't know, man. He's on for the full wet. So Hypes has. I'm not sure if he's mad or maybe he's a genius. But Gennady's died. Then we'll see if he goes for the full wet. So I'll be very, very surprised. But
you know what? Was it not So Hypes who was on the wrong tires in Austria when it was raining and he was able to keep? Was it him or BKS? It may have been.
It was definitely a Ferrari, and So Heights was one. It was one of the two. It was definitely one of the two. So maybe he's taking a leaf out of Ferrari's book at this stage.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to think anymore. It's honestly Gennadi's pitted for softs though. Cam, I don't know. How am I meant to analyse this? It's absolute carnage. But the track, look at the track in Sector 2. It's so wet.
Yeah. Now, the other thing that I'm also questioning is Electric Envy struggling more than the soft runners because he is on 12-lap old mediums. Yeah, it is still raining. But yeah, that's my question.
Yeah, you'd think so anyway. Like I say, they're all trying to get heat into those tires or burn fuel or something. I don't see how they don't pit this lap. It's madness to stay out in them sort of conditions.
Yep, so
There's
riding
no
on.
spray. Look at the back of the safety car as well. The spray off the... Oh, it's so wet.
Yeah.
It's so... Maybe it is wet tire weather. I don't even know, man. It's so housed on a madness. I don't know. I can't analyse this. This is mental.
Wow, so let us see. We're riding on board with Electric Envy. There's no way. He's going to have to pit. He's not pitting. Kingsholm is in. Dark Stomper is in. H. Bosworth is in. Kadoy in second, but Electric Envy.
And So Hypes has also stayed out, so obviously he's happy with the tire he's on. Surely Giannotti's going to come in. He must.
Yeah, it's
Everyone
a struggle.
Winters. Everyone's on the Inters apart from Electric. I think Electric Envy's made a bit of a bad judgment call on that one. Like I said, the track just looks like, honestly, Belgium 2021, to tell you the truth. So much water, so many puddles. Oh, H. Bosworth gets himself a 5-second penalty for crossing the pit lane exit. It's not a nice penalty that to get, especially when the pack's so bunched up towards the end of the race. Are we looking at a potential new winner then? I don't know. Iggy Combo's in a great position. Kadoy's in a... Oh, he's pulled a madness. I don't know how he's managed this, but of course he's got that 3-second penalty. So Hype's P3, but he's on the wet tyre. Is the wet tyre the right choice?
Yeah, like, how is he... What?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm baffled.
Let's ride on board with So Hypes and see.
Doesn't look bad, but if the track's not wet enough, he's just going to burn those tyres up and absolutely destroy them. Iggy Combo genuinely could be on for a win here.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, there's no line count if Iggy wins this. That thoughts crossed my mind. I'll go mad. It's mental. He was robbed in China. He's had a command and lead in China. Had an incident in the pit lane. Only managed to get P2 from it. The Alpha Boys, of course, I said, are after that constructor's title still. It's a bit of an ask for them to get it, but definitely in a good position to make some points back at the moment.
Yep, so let us see. And Giannotti, who did pit onto the Inters, should be able to get quite close to the back of this train of cars. So let us see, Electric Envy, how is his restart going to be? And Giannotti gets a 3-second time penalty.
Staying out.
Oh, Kadoy! So hyped! Up into second. Kadoy has dropped 2 positions off of this restart. Looks like Dark Stomper had... and yep, Electric Envy. And Dark Stomper is up into 4th!
Oh, the charge as well and truly on. Iggy Combo right on the back of So Hype's now. So Hype's not getting on very well with that medium or that wet tyre. Electric Envy's made the wrong call. He thought he could manage the mediums, but it's not happening. Iggy Combo though goes down the outside of So Hype's.
Makes
made
contact.
a little bit of contact. Oh my goodness, can't make that. I just set up time, isn't it?
Oh, and Dark Stomper making his way past Iggy to go up into 2nd place. So Dark Stomper, I believe, was in 8th, 7th or 8th place, all the way up into 2nd.
Oh, and there it is, the overtake for first. It took him less than a lap, and he's got 7 overtakes done.
Oh, it's been such a command and drive all day. We
Oh,
oh, massive incident! Oh, there's so many drivers involved in that. Iggy Combo's been caught up in it. The two Alfa Romeos. Oh, that's absolutely devastating. With a VSC.
Yep. This is absolutely crazy. So we are on lap 28 of 31. Dark Stomper has reclaimed the lead of this race. Shug's Light into second, albeit he has 8 seconds worth of penalties. So King's Home, as it is in second place. Kadoy is looking like he is going to be looking, as VSC is now over and we are now back racing. Kadoy is looking well.
So Hives has stopped on track there too, I'm not sure. He's got himself going again. This is absolutely... I tell you one thing I can't believe. Phoenix needs one person to DNF. The amount of incidents we've seen that no one has DNF'd in the last 5 laps, crazy.
Yep, so Electric MB is into the pits. Gennady up into 6th place. As I did see blue flag. So yeah, Phoenix is... Oh, so Heights is out! So he's retiring in the pit. Phoenix has points. Well done by him.
Bring it home. Bring it home, son. Just bring the car home. That's all you got to do. It says all you needed was one more. You might get a couple more the way things have been going, to be fair, but, you know, you're up into the points, son. Just keep it on track.
Yep, so riding on board with Kadoy. He is staying relatively close to King's Home, but he does have that 3-second time penalty to his name. King's Home running a little bit wide into these couple of turns. Yeah, it's a little bit of a struggle as it is right now, but we will see. Only 2.5 laps remaining in this race.
Can't believe Dark Stomper's managed to get it. He's pulled out a command and lead as well. It's took him a lap. I was wondering if that setup would be suitable for the wet. It clearly is. He did. I keep saying it. This was his track. He's very vocal about this being his track. He has claimed it well and truly today.
Yep, well done by the Alpine driver. So he is out in the lead. A couple more turns, and he will be commencing lap 30 of 31. Only 2 laps remaining in this race. We will see how close Kadoy can stay to King's Home. And we'll also see, although H. Bosworth does have 8 seconds worth of time penalty, so that is going to hinder him for his final finishing position.
Saying we're not going to get a safety car now, so it's an all-out sprint to the finish. A lot of penalties in play though. H. Bosworth with 8 seconds is going to shoot him down the order a bit. I don't think it'll drop him any further than P6. Kadoy also with 3 seconds. Shug's Life up in P2, but he's got 8 seconds of penalties, and that's really going to hurt him come the finish line. But King's Home looking pretty comfortable for a P2 today after probably making the wrong decision under the safety car for the dry tyres, but definitely him and Dark Stomper have recovered immaculately.
Yep, and King's Home is actually doing quite well. Coming up to the bat. Ooh, and Shug's Life not faring well at the moment. King's Home is getting ever so closer to the Haas reserve of Shug's Life.
Oh, just seen Iggy Combo getting out of shape there, just down the order a bit. I don't think he's any damage, but did make contact with the wall. Just out of curiosity, do you hear the barking dog?
I do.
I'm wondering because he's going absolutely mental right now. He's obviously thinks this race is an absolute madness. And he's losing his mind. He's a big Dark Stomper fan, obviously, and he's very excited about his comeback.
Yep, so we are on the final lap of this race. Dark Stomper, healthy 9-second lead in first place. It is Shug's Life in second on the road, but with those time penalties, it is King's Home who is really in second, but Kadoy is looking to get up to the back of King's Home. Yeah, and the rain is really coming down at this point.
Yeah, so we'll not be surprised if there's no more mistakes from any of these drivers. It looks like it honestly could be pretty close to full wet tyres. I'm seeing those puddles starting to form in the track as well. All it's going to take is one mistake and, well, game over.
Oh, and H. Bosworth is coming up to Kadoy, but no, does not want to make a move going into that turn, as that is where I believe in Limitless 1 it was and H. Bosworth almost caught out by one of those curbs of death. Yeah, going into that turn, that's where it was Amaguner and I do not remember who, but his teammate, reserve teammate, who had a bit of a coming together, but H. Bosworth making his way past Kadoy. They are still slightly side by side, so Kadoy!
Oh, massive minus right at the end of the race. He just has to make it to the finish line. He's got a 3-second penalty. I imagine he'll appeal that and get that removed. He did. I don't think he really had much choice but to cut that corner, but he still could get P6 here if he keeps up the pace, but he's looking like he was on for so much better. But Dark Stomper, though, he was raising because we didn't get a hype as championship win, so I'm going to hype him now. He's absolutely commanded this race, start to finish. Made a bit of an error and then made up for it in the last few laps as well. King's Home in P2. BKS didn't have the day he would have wanted, but still on that podium.
In third. Well done by BKS. So Janadi across the line finishes 7th. Phoenix also across the line. 1 lap down, finishes in 10th place. Good that he stuck it out for the rest of this race to get that final point. But Electric MV and Iggy are actually and Electric MV almost having him, and he's struggling. He's trying to get this 8th place position off of Iggy, but looks like Iggy is going to hold on for 8th place. But it is Dark Stomper finishing in first place after that error, pitting under the safety car, going on to older medium tires than he was on when he had made the pit stop, yet still coming out with the win in this race. So I'll go through the finishing order for this race. It is Dark Stomper finishing first, also with the fastest lap. You have King's Home in second, BKS in third, Shug's Life finishes fourth, H. Bosworth in fifth, Kadoy finishes in 6th place, Janadi in 7th, Iggy Kumbo in 8th, Electric MV in 9th, and Phoenix in 10th, and then So Hypes finishes 11th. Pistol Racing, this will be the start of the DNS. Pistol Racing finishes 12th, Flea in 13th, Priorthib 14th, Isaac in 15th, Milan Massimo in 16th, Ryan Van Doom 17th, and the Unsainted in 18th place.
What a dramatic race. Dark Stomper, maximum points gained. All he needed was that teammate in P2 and he would have took the Constructors today. He gets the fastest lap as well. But absolute madness. I'm gutted for the Alpha boys. They were in very good positions. Caught up in that incident late in the race, but absolutely phenomenal. Phoenix, well, I was going to say it seems so hyped, just 4 laps down, but I think it's because he DNF'd there at the end. But Phoenix managed to creep himself into the points as well. He'd be happy with that. But yeah, what a race.
Yep. So, upcoming for LFR races. This upcoming Thursday for Thursday Formula 4, it is going to be a race around Belgium, and it is the full qualifying format, so it's going to be full quali followed by the 50% race. And as usual, I'm going to ask you, what are your predictions going into Thursday?
Absolutely no chance winning this one, Cam. Absolutely no. I think the streak is going to end this week. It's not a good track for me, but we've got a new driver, I believe, joining the grid of Monday's Apex Finley. I know he likes that track and has won there a couple of times in the past, so I'll be very surprised if he's not up there on the podium. But yeah, Belgium, very difficult track, very, very long track, and if there's rain going to be involved, it's going to be absolute carnage. Something similar to what we just seen now. I feel like I need a cup of tea or something. I need to cool down. But yeah.
Yep. So I would like to thank everyone for tuning into this broadcast of Limitless Formula Racing by Limitless Gaming Esports. If you have not subscribed to this channel as yet, make sure you do, as it will help us out quite a bit. And also, if you have not liked this stream, make sure you do that as well. For myself, as well as Big Weir, we say to all of you watching and who will be watching later on, take care.